Hello guys, so this is Video Studio, and in today's video we are going to do this. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's get into Photoshop. Going to press Ctrl N, which is to create new, and I'll come here, then I'll change it to inches. I'll click on create. Okay, so here is our work area, and what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to give it a background. So I'll come here to adjustment layer. I'll come to solid color. Then at where the box there with 000, you can put in this code. There is a color that I'm going to use. You can use any color at all, but I'm using this color. So this is the preferred color I'm going to use. So the code is 8. Then I'll press E 6621. This is the color that I'm going to use. So the next thing is that I'm going to bring in my resource. So these are my resources. I'll bring in the oil first. So this is my oil. Then I'll bring in my tricycle, which is called keke. I'll bring in this one, the black one. That's cool. I'll drag it to be behind the oil. So I'll drag it come down so that it will appear at the back of the oil. You get it? So this is how I want it. I'll bring in the other one too as well. It's already behind. This is how it is. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select the 3 of them. You can highlight it like this, or you can select it from this side, pressing Ctrl, and I'll reduce it a bit. I want to add some light at the background of the object. I want to add some light to be at the background of the object. So I'll select the background, and I'll come to where the plus is. It's a layer. I'll come to the create new layer. I'll create on it. I'll come and select the brush tool. I'll select the brush tool and increase the size a bit. Then I'll change here the foreground. I'll click here, or you can also press X, either clicking the arrow over here or pressing X, so that I'll get the foreground to be what? To be white and the background will be black. So I'll dip it here like this. Then I'll increase the size. So I'll come to blending modes, which is on normal. I'll come here and change it to overlay. I think I like this. I'll increase the size a bit. I'll select the oil, then try to duplicate, pressing Ctrl J. Then I'll select the down one. Then I'll click on the corner nose here. I'll right click here, and I'll click on flip vertical. I'll drag it come down, and I'm going to create something like a reflection for it. So I'll select the oil, right click and rasterize layer. I'll come here to layer mask, and I'll click on it. I'll click here and still select the brush tool and start cleaning. When it's on black, it means that it's going to clean. When it's on white, it means that whatever you are cleaning, you are reversing it. I'll reduce the opacity a bit. I think I like what I'm seeing. I'll click here and select all. I'll select all, excluding the background and the highlight. I'll make it a little bit bigger. I'll bring in my text, and I have it here. I'll just bring it here. guys, I think we're almost done. What is left over here is the text, which is Keke Booster. So for that one, we have to enter into Cenima 4D and get in there and do the text over there. It's very simple.
Hey guys, as you are moving to the next phase of this project, kindly click on the subscribe button, turn on post notification and like it as well.
So guys, we are here in Cenima 4D and this is the interface. I'm using Cenima 4D R21. This will work in any other Cenima 4D version. So guys, I'll come to more graph. Then I'll come to more text. I'll come here. As you select, click on the more text, you get these properties over there. Under the object, I'll come here and I'll come to middle. So meaning your text is going to be centered on the middle part of the scene. So guys, what I'm going to do is that where there is a box written in it text, I'm going to change the text to Keke. It should be in a caps lock, so you have to on your caps lock. Okay. And the next thing is that I'm going to change the font, and I'm using the font Montserrat. I think that's my best font, Montserrat or Nexa. That's my best font. You can check it out. So this is Montserrat. So this is Montserrat, and I'm going to use I'm not using the black, extra bold. I think I like this. So guys, the next thing is that I'll come here to caps, this caps, and I'll increase the size a bit. This is too much. I think I like this. And I think there are too much space between the text. So I'll come back to objects and I'll come here and I'll come to where they say horizontal spacing. I'll reduce it to something like, I think this is cool. So guys, the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'll select the more text over here and I'll press Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. You get it? Or I'll hold Ctrl and drag it down. Then I'm going to change this text to Booster. Then I'll add exclamation mark. Guys, you get it? So one thing I'm going to do is that I have to reduce the scale. So I'll press here. This is the scale. This is the move tool. This is the rotate tool. So I'm using the scale, and I'll just left click to reduce. Left click and drag to reduce the size a bit. So let's see the reference of what I did. Reference. So I have to bring it here a bit. I have to select the distance and bring it here. Let me check the reference. I think I tilted it a bit. So guys, I think we're almost there. Let me increase the booster. You can name your text. You select the text and press enter. And this one is okay. So guys, I want to add more caps, more bevel to the booster. It's too much. I think this one is okay. I want to reduce it a bit. Okay guys, so we have to texture this text. So I'll come here, I'll click here twice, When you left click here twice, it's going to create the material for you. I'll click on it. I'll come to color. I think the keke was black, so I'll bring it here to black. I'll come to reflectance. I'll click on it, and I'll come to add. And I'll come to reflection legacy. So there's the reflection that we are having. I reduce the brightness from 100 to like 15. Yeah, I reduce the roughness to like 5. Yeah, I think this is okay for me. I'll close it and I'll drag it on top of the text keke. I'll hold control, or I'll click here twice again. I'll go inside, I'll come to color, I'll change it to something like red. I think this is good. I'll come to reflectance, I'll add reflection legacy. I'll reduce it to a bit. I'll reduce it to like, I need more reflection over there. I'll reduce the roughness to like 5. And I'll close it. I'll drag it and place it on the booster. So guys, what you are going to do next is that you are going to create a sky or an environment for our scene, so that when we render, it will look much appealing to the eye. So I'll click on the sky. So this is my sky. I'll click here twice again. I'll click on the white one, the new material, sorry. I'll uncheck color, I'll uncheck reflection, I'll check luminance. This is luminance. I'll click on the 3 dots over here. It will locate me to my folder on my PC. So I'll come to desktop. I have some HDRI. These HDRI are environments which enhances your scene. You get it? So I'll click on this HDRI. It's going to be left in the link in the description. I'll click on it. I'll press no. I'll close it and I'll give it to the sky. You get it? So what I'm going to do next is that when we render this thing, our HDRI is going to show at the background, guys. So what I'm going to do next is that I'll select my sky, I'll right click on my sky, I'll come to render tags, and I'll come to render tags and I'll click on compositing. You get it? So it's going to give me a whole lot of properties over here. I'll click on seen by camera, I'll uncheck it. You see, our HDRI is lost, but it is influencing it at the background. You get it? We are not going to see it in the viewport. You get it? Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to add light. I'll add this area light first, and this is my area light. I'll drag it top here. You see there are some dots over here. I can increase it anyhow I want it. I'll click on the rotation. I'll click on it and I'll rotate it. I think this is simple. I'll click on the select toolbar and I'll drag it top here. I'll click on this light and I want this light, not area light, this light. I'll rotate here. Here too is for rotation. This is rotating the scene, and the other rotation is for rotating the object. I'll bring it back here. I think this light is far away, so sometimes you have to check. You get it? Because it's 3D, you might think you are perfect, but sometimes you have to rotate to check. That's one thing about 3D. So this is my lights. I have to add one more light and I'll bring that one to here. I'm lighting my scene, right? So now we are almost done. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select the booster. I'm going to select it. I'll come and press the select tool. I'll bring it up a bit. So let me do a quick render and see what you have. So if you press here, it's going to give you a quick render. So it seems that the black, there is more, this one. There is more, what's the word? There is more roughness in it, so I'm going to reduce it. Okay, so I think this is good. So I'll tilt it a bit. So the next thing, the most important thing that you are going to do is that I'll come here to render settings. I'll click on it. The render settings will show over here. I'll click on output. Then I'll click on the arrow over here. It will give me this properties over here. I'll come to A3. I like working in A3. You get it? So I want it big. You get it? I don't want to lose quality. And I'll come to save. This is most important. Save. You have to show where you want to save it and the name that you want to give it. So I'll name it Keke. Then I'll locate it to where I want to save it. I have a folder over here, Keke. You get it? I'll save it there. Then I'll change the format to PNG. You get it? PNG. That means it's not going to come with any black background or any background. And one most important thing is that you have to click on Alpha Channel. You have to click on this one straight. Then come to Effects. Come here to Effects, add Ambient Inclusion. You can even add Global Illumination to it to get more nicer output. You get it? I'll zoom it a bit. I'll position it like how it was done on the flyer. You get it? Then I render. I'll click here. This is for the render, and I render. So I don't want you to wait. So let's get into Photoshop. So I'm going to bring in my text, which is the Keke booster. I'll bring it and drop it here. I'll reduce the size a bit. I'm using Photoshop 2020. I reduce the size a bit. I think this is cool. And what I'm going to do is that I'll come to where the shape tool is. I'll click on it, which is the circle. I'll click on it, then I'll draw this kind of circle. The circle is on top of the distance of the text. I'll rotate it a bit and drag it beneath the Keke text. You get it? Guys, you get it? So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'll right click on the circle that I created. I'll right click on it and come to blending option. I'll come to inner shadow. You get it? I'm going to increase the size. I think you are not seeing what is happening over here. You get it? I want some shadow inside. You get it? I think this is cool. I'll duplicate the circle again. Right now I'm going to change the color to something like red. Yeah. I'll increase the size a bit. I'll click on this warp tool over here. I'll click on it and bring here downwards. I'll bring here to down. I'll bring here down. I think this is cool. I'll right click on the circle, go to blending option, then I'll come to gradient overlay. it's going to give me the default gradient value. So I'll come to linear, I'll come here, I'll change the color to red. You get it? I'll change here to red, but something like dark red. Guys, you get it? I'll do the same thing for here, and I'll do the same thing for here. I'll change here too. So this one depends on your creativity.
Hey guys, if you found this video very helpful, kindly click on the like button. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Click on the bell icon to get notified, and also share it as well. Till the name remains Pijos to you, and I'm out.